Hi everybody, I'm late. I should probably go get a late slip. I meant to have this video out to you yesterday. My apologies for sending it out today. Anyway, we're into our last unit before we hit the two summatives at the end of the course. This one is Prepare for Action. This unit you are going to be talking about your future. So it's what where you're going to end up and some challenges you may face in the future. Now, instead of me reading this first part, I'm going to show you guys a quick video. You might have read the book as a kid. But this is the places you may go. I'm not going to show you the whole video. I'm just going to give you the intro to the video, and then you can watch it on your own if you choose to.
Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose.
Okay, I always hate stopping that, but I really recommend you watch this this video or read the book if you have it at home. This book is probably better than a lot of the material that I've seen about preparing for the future, because it talks about setbacks in a very realistic way. Not saying that life is going to be peachy, especially when we're job hunting. It's tough trying to find jobs, and it's really important to get a feel for how to get yourself through those more challenging times. Anyway, please watch that video. I'll put the link on the website. It's 6 minutes and 52 seconds, well spent, in my opinion. When it comes to deliverables, this is where we're going now. Okay, so we have 7 activities in this unit. So I'm going to jump into the first activity, which is managing challenge and change. There we go. This is where you take a look at your own change and managing challenge. We all face challenges in our lives, and sometimes we do a better job managing it than others. Read through the content. It's got some really interesting information about riding that roller coaster of change. Jump into the assignments. And all right, technical difficulties solved right there. So yes, part A, you're going to review and reflect on the unplanned positive and negative challenges that the individuals in these case scenarios faced after high school. Now part B is a choice. Part A is just point form. Part B is also point form. You can either brainstorm a list of planned or unplanned challenges that you may face after high school, or you can look at some effective ways that you have used to deal with change in the past. I'd love to see some ineffective ones as well. Some times where you've hit a roadblock and just not been able to make it through that roadblock. Hopefully, you've been able to reflect on that experience and you've moved on it. Anyway, I'd like you to put down as much as you can on that one. Job search skills is activity number 2. Here you're going to take a look at the content. Please don't skip this one because you're really going to think about this next time you're looking for a job. The neat thing is, by the time, for those of you going on to college and university, there will be workshops in 3rd and 4th year for you at university, and 2nd, 3rd year for college. And for those of you going into the workforce, there are government institutions that help you with this, but it's really good to get the basics right now through these job search tips. Read through those, jump into the assignment, and the first one is a contact list. List 10 contacts with whom you could that could help with your job search. I'll tell you that this current job that I have was somewhat facilitated by a family friend that I knew. That was like 8 years ago. Many things have happened since then, but that's one thing. Pretty much all my jobs, no, that's not true, but a lot of the jobs have come from people that I know. So it's a reality in the world. Remember that next time your parents are having a dinner party and you're sitting there looking as bored as heck. Remember, they might hire you at some point. Anyway, target your current job search for your portfolio. So we'll be starting to work on a portfolio later on. When you're making your portfolio, you're going to have a goal in your portfolio. Just to make a long story short, this portfolio is going to be a portfolio that you're using for maybe a summer job or a night job. Even if you have a job right now, put together a portfolio that will be helping that you can actually use right now. You'll see the portfolio will change a lot as you grow. We're going to skip this this last part where it says target your future job search. That's a lot of work, and it's not a skill. It's a skill we're going to get at later on when we do the portfolio. So skip that one for now. I'm talking about the one that's underlined or struck out. Okay, so next we're going to jump into activity 3, which is types of opportunities. This is the one where we take what we did in Unit 1 and Unit 2, where we talked about what we like and what we're good at, and now we're going to start targeting the type of opportunities that we want to do. Our parents, our friends, our society might tell us that we should want a certain job, but that doesn't mean you should do it. If you have to work 40 hours a week doing a job, you had better like your job. So this is where you're going to figure out what suits your personality. Now again, as I mentioned, sorry, I skipped the content. Look, I'm not even following my own rules. This is another one where we're giving you tools here, but it's up to you to figure out what you want to do. So remember, don't make my mistake where I followed my guidance counselor's advice 100%. You can tell him I said that, him or her, and say, yes, that's what you feel I'd be good at, but this is really what I want to do. And sometimes you just have to figure it out for yourselves. Yeah, so this talks a bit about entrepreneurship, and then we're going to jump into different types of self-employment. So take a look at this journal assignment and skip the summer business assignment. That's again not a goodie for us, but we're going to stick to this one, focusing on entrepreneurship skills. Remember to be pausing me and not watching the whole video, okay, guys? Just before you get to the just watch me right before you do your assignments. Now, during this activity, students learn how to create a cover letter and resume. Hey, did you make one of those in careers class? 3/4 of your work for this assignment is already done. Fantastic. Read through the content, because it's going to tell you how to make a good resume. Please read all these points. Don't skip any of those points, okay? Jumping into the assignment. Resume and cover letter. Take your resume from grade 10 and don't give it back to me. Your teacher's already looked at it. I want something that tells me that you have looked at this year and think, what have I done this year? What volunteer stuff have I done? What groups am I part of? What video games have I played with, depending on where you're applying? Figure out a resume that's better than the one that you did in grade 10. And I'll take a look at it and send it back to you for feedback. I'd like you to take my feedback and then resubmit it. So everyone will be submitting 2 times for this assignment. The goal here is for you to have a perfect resume. If you ever submit a resume that's not perfect, you won't get the job. So it's important to have that perfect resume. Wonderful. Moving on to activity 5. I'm going to get cut off. I'm going to have to send you a second video, I think. But I'll go until I get cut off. Okay, in this activity, students focus on interview and preparation that goes on behind the scenes. Interviews, I love interviews. Not everyone likes interviews. Everyone's got their strength. I'd much rather do an interview than write up a cover letter or resume. Everyone's got their strengths. This is going to talk to you about interview skills. This basically took an entire book and summarized it into 2 pages. So read this stuff. This stuff's super important. Assignment. You're going to do a virtual interview. Hey, so right here we have 2 pretty exciting activities. This first one is a virtual interview. You're going to have your questions and answers ready before you go into this link, and then you'll do a virtual interview. So I'll need a copy of your answers and questions via the Dropbox, but then the rest will go right into the virtual interview. Really cool. I've never tried this before an interview. I'm excited to hear your feedback on that one. Interview survival guide. This is where you come up with a PowerPoint presentation. Can be a Google presentation, whatever you like. As long as after you do your Google presentation, you hit File, Download as like a PowerPoint, and then throw it into the Dropbox that way. If you have trouble with that technical side, send me an email and I'll help you out with that. So slide 1, title slide, obviously. Slide 2, before the interview, do's and don'ts. Slide 3, during the interview, do's and don'ts, after, and conclusion. Right on. Picture is something to make this a bit more catchy, is what you're going for that level 4 project. And moving into activity 6. I have 4 minutes before I get cut off, and then I'm done. Pathway planning. Okay, this is where you're picking up your pathway based on your skills, interests, values, and pathways change. My recommendation is always to keep your pathways open, to have lots of different opportunities, and then for you to make a decision later on. That's the way to go. Instead of closing doors early and then being kind of pigeonholed into places you don't want to be later on. Every guidance counselor has their own way of looking at it. Okay, so planning and financing post-secondary destinations. This is where we need to figure out how you're going to pay for education if you're going to do it. If you're going to do college, if you're going to do university, you need to have a plan for money. It happens, so you just need to figure it out, whether it's borrowing money or if it's working while you're going to school, or if it's a combination of the two, or if you have a trust. Like there can be all kinds of ways of financing. This section is going to walk you through that. Moving down to the assignment. Okay, so this is where you're going to do a post-secondary education search. So it used to be 2, but let's just do 1 post-secondary program, either at the college or university apprenticeship paths. And you're going to take a look at one that interests you. So you'll copy down all this information. Tuition and application fees might not be super clear, so just do your best on that one. With section 4, explain how you plan to have enough money. This is probably the most important question I'd like you to get at right now. So make sure you spend a lot of time on section 4, because if you don't have a plan, you're going to be spending a lot of money on interest when you're going to pay for school. Kind of like I did my first time around when I went to college. I borrowed a lot of money without having a huge plan. So it's super important that you get a plan. Take a look at some of these costs, location, length of program. You'd be surprised how much it costs to live away from home for school. So we really need to have a plan there. And then looking at the differences between living at home, living away, co-op, graduation rates, and graduate employment rates once you finish. Does your degree get you a job later? And if not, how can you tweak it so that it will get you a job? I'm going to get cut off, so email me if you have questions about Activity 7.